Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, make sure you go ahead and pre-order your Hurt Seasons hat. You know what I'm saying? Every pre-order will come with a free gift from your boy LB. Let's represent, man. Let everybody know what season we in, because we are in that season, Hurt season. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pin the link in the comments. I'm gonna put the link in the description where you can find your hat. Salute everybody that's been copping up the hats and the merch, man, and just been supporting the overall movement, man. Shout out to y'all. Yo, man. I don't really like these meat and potatoes we going to have to get into. I don't like these meat and potatoes. First of all, shout out to Brandon Brooks for restructuring. Listen, anytime a player of some of these magnitudes, man, we've had Fletcher Cox restructure in the past. We've had, I don't know if Zach Ertz has restructured in the past. We've had Lane Johnson, I believe, restructure. We've had some big dogs restructure. So anytime a player restructures, man, it gives the team a chance to be able to go out there and grab some potential in terms of free agency and have some salary cap room to play with in the year that's in question. So, you know, shout out to that, man. A lot of people were talking about Brandon Brooks potentially being on a trading block in some weird way like that. I think it's a win-win. Either if you would have traded him or him restructuring, I think keeping him says a lot about, you know, where we're trying to go as an organization in terms of making sure Jalen Hurts is protected. Listen, Howie Roseman, he's done a good job with the salary cap. You can't deny that. You can't refute that. You can't rebuttal that. I mean, the numbers are coming down every other day because players are restructuring and Howie is just working his magic as far as the numbers go. But some alarming articles have surfaced about the character of Howie Roseman. You know, when you talk about character issues, that's a different ball game. There shouldn't be character issues from somebody who's wearing a suit and tie in an organization. There shouldn't be character issues from a general manager. You're not a coach, Howie Roseman. You should not even be talking to players about performance. The only time you should be talking to players about performance, Mr. Howie Roseman, is if it's time for a contract to be signed and some incentives have to be placed in that contract that are performance-based. There's reports that come out that Howie Roseman and Lane Johnson bumped heads in the, I believe it was the 2018 season, with Lane Johnson not, he had a bad game against a rookie. Howie Roseman allegedly brung it to his attention, said, "I've never seen you get handled that way," something like that, and Lane didn't take too kind to that. It gets wilder from there, man. Then another incident with Lane Johnson, where Lane Johnson was reportedly coming through the tunnel on his way to practice, on his way to a workout before the game. That year we played in London, I believe it was that game. Howie Roseman made this statement, "Well, I'm glad you got your mouthpiece in," something like this, "so we don't have to hear you talk out of your mouth," something crazy like that, man. Listen, man, Howie Roseman's character is, if this is true, the poison, it's confirmed, the poison has been within for a very long time. The poison has been within. I mean, Lane Johnson allegedly, stormed back and said he can't play for this dude. He can't play around this dude. You know what I mean? It makes sense, man. Orlando Scandrick has called him a weasel. Now, if he handles situations like this with Lane Johnson, imagine how he would handle the situation with a guy like Ronald Darby, who was quote unquote burnt toast. Carson Wentz when he struggled. Imagine a guy that's making comments like this cannot be in control of personnel decisions. It doesn't make sense because he's not thinking properly to, manage the team, in my opinion. If you're saying things like this to Lane Johnson, you bring it down the morale of one of our biggest leaders, one of our biggest stars. And it should have been checked by Jeffrey Lurie a long time ago. I got to blame Jeffrey Lurie. So allegedly after this incident, Howie Roseman apologized to an entire team on a team flight home. But that's not enough. That's not enough. Why was this story just coming out? We've heard about all type of turmoil during out the offseason. Who threw the dirt over this story and tried to bury this story? Because I tell you what, if this story would have came out earlier, the screams for the fire Howie Roseman would be louder. It would be louder. Because now it's looking like he's just not a good person to be around deep down inside. You can talk and you can have all these little, well, we trying our best, that you can do all that stuff you want to do, Howie Roseman. But to insult players on a bad performance, Come on, bro. The morale there. Why would dudes want to try for a guy like Howie Roseman if that's how he's acting? If these allegations are true, this explains the lack of effort on the field that you saw sometime from key guys. You know, the organization, man, the organization has to, listen, things got to change. And things won't 100% change until you get rid of Howie Roseman. So I'm eager to see this upcoming year because I believe that this year is going to tell us about the next few years for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know what I mean? The situation with Howie Roseman, it's childish. It's child's play. It's not really even worth reporting on. But it's like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. I don't agree with that type of behavior from our general manager. He should have been checked by Jeffrey Lurie. He should have been checked by Doug Peterson. And that's just that on that. You know what I'm saying? As far as Jalen Hurts go and as far as this young team go, some of these young guys are going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. What's going to be Howie Roseman's approach on these mistakes? Should Howie Roseman even have a concern? Should Howie Roseman be speaking on mistakes of players? Or should he be staying in his lane? He should leave that up to coaches, right? Howie Roseman already thinks that he trumps the coaching staff. I can tell you that already. Because he's been there longer and these guys are new. You know what I'm saying? I already feel like he already feels that way. Howie Roseman, he's coming off to me now as one of these guys who has the need for control and has to make his, you know what I'm saying, his presence felt. But he don't wear a uniform and he's not a coach. Take some of the power away. Keep him in this place of getting these numbers down. And situations like this should resolve themselves, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about, you know, Brandon Brooks restructuring and just the reports that's coming out on Howie Roseman. I don't like it. Another video coming later, man.